Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Mad as a Goat. Today I want to talk about the progressive sexist. Because like all behaviours within our society, behaviours evolve with the times. And a lot of bad behaviours try to become more and more hidden. They're still there, but hidden. Like racism. You have to admit there's a lot of racism within our society. I mean, it's very unfortunate and it's not something that we like, but it's there. It's just more progressive and subtle. It's evolved with the times. We still have those full-on bigots who sit on their, deck chair with their bloody banjo. Ding, 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 bing, and it snaps their eye and fucking blood. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. And the same thing has happened with sexism. There is still the absolute pigs there who go, "Hey baby, let us see your tits." And oh my god, that must get you like nothing. Anyway, and then you have your progressive sexist. This is the guy who comes across at first as a person who isn't sexist at all, who doesn't judge people on gender whatsoever. And then just a few comments, a few bits of behaviour, and you realise their actual colours. Because I grew up in the 90s generation, all the sexual evolution and all this stuff, the race wars and all this, it was all kind of, for the most part, on the surface, figured out before it came to us. So our generation has been born just thinking, well, why would you judge someone on that? It just doesn't make sense. Or at least us intelligent people who have understood what's happened, that's what we get. I don't get why you would treat a woman any different to a man, unless invited to do so. See, I'm not gay. I'm not saying that we should walk up to every lady and start talking about ladies' boobs. That is totally inappropriate. I'm just saying that there's this culture of being a lot more physical. I've noticed this. For instance, I was being trained by a guy for 2 years on how to do a job, and he's a very good trainer, and he was very strict with me and very ironclad. And that's what you need when you're being trained and you don't quite know what you're doing. You need someone who goes, no, that's how you do it. But when it came around to a female being trained, it was a little bit more touchy-feely and a little bit more about, you just gotta do it this way, okay? Just remember. And there was a shitload more leniency, and she didn't have to lift up heavy boxes because she's a lady, and she got all these different privileges and special time breaks and special leniencies to go on her phone because she's a woman. That's a great example of progressive sexism, because it doesn't seem sexist on the surface. It actually seems more like, oh no, he's giving her a bias and being nicer to her, and that would allude to other things, wouldn't it? Maybe trying to... But anyway, it's still completely sexist. Just because we are of different genders doesn't mean we can't do the same amount of work. If I can be treated with an ironclad fist, so can she. If I have to lift heavy boxes and do all the deliveries on my own, so can she. I'm one of those people. I don't judge people on their gender, I judge people on their abilities. Let's say that he did go full even for everyone. He goes ironclad and she can't take it. You adapt to her personality, not her gender. You try to get her to do a delivery, she can't lift it. You adapt to her abilities, not her gender. See what I mean? People just make all these assumptions about what people can do based on their gender. Stupid. That's still completely sexist. And what it's basically done is completely misconstrued what sexism actually is to most of the women of our generation. You've seen it. There's women out there and, it's cool. I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind when chicks dress like whores. But at the same time, I'm looking at them going, that is very pleasing to the eye, but I'd hate to be their parents. Honestly. I don't want to have kids just because I know what they do at that age. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be sitting at home worrying, look, she went out in a miniskirt, and I think, oh, what if something happens, she's at a nightclub? No, avoiding that completely. But women get away with dressing like this and acting in a certain way and being sexually provocative. That's one that kind of annoys me. People let women, especially, get away with being more sexually provocative than men. When in actuality, if you're going to have a bias, it's better to do it from the man's side. Because when you've got a bunch of women running around being sexually provocative, yeah, seen enough news stories about that. You do not want a society doing that because you're just putting the women in danger with your sexism. Everyone should treat everyone exactly the same unless invited to do otherwise. That is my opinion. Don't judge them on race, don't judge them on sex, don't judge them on anything. You walk up to a man and you say your name and you shake their hand. When you walk up to a woman, you say your name and you shake your hand. Unless invited to do anything other than that, do not do so. That is my opinion. This whole thing of just judging people, boom, flat, that's, yeah, but they're a girl. Oh no, she can't handle seeing that surgery because she's a girl. I remember that in nursing. There was a lot of things that I had to do that the women would talk, no, that might be a bit more, just a bit full on for you. You better just leave. I helped a man have a pipe shoved down the eye of his penis. I would have really liked tits and a vagina at that moment because fuck me, I don't think anyone, regardless of gender, wants to be there for the first time. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. Tube, penis, everyone can empathise with that. And what do you mean it's too rough for the ladies? I have a dick. I can fully empathise with that. I can fully understand what that would be like. It'd be fucking excruciating. But no, the women with their female gender... See, the bias is completely swung in the wrong direction as well. And it's also making a generation of little bitches. You see all this shit on Facebook, all this whinging and whining. If men and women were treated exactly the same, the behaviours would reflect the same across the board. You know what I'm saying? People say there's a lot more male rapists. Well, if women were, given a bit of power and a bit of balls, you see you'll get, someone sees their daughter lifting weights and they get worried. Don't get worried. She wants to lift weights. Encourage it. As you would with a boy. A girl decides that she's into women. Don't get all weird about it. It's just sexual attraction. That's another one. I'll get to that in the next episode, okay? It's, the whole gay, straight and all this worrying because that doesn't make sense either. But for now, can we just sort out this sexist thing? Okay? Treat everyone the same. Unless experience, circumstance dictates otherwise. Don't say she can't lift it unless she's completely anorexic and has no muscle tone. If she's a girl who's got a bit of meat, I'm pretty sure she's got a bit of muscle. This isn't to be rude, scientific fact. Big girls have more muscle than skinny girls, just because fat turns into muscle. So of course, they can do a little bit more than a skinny girl, but that depends on the seat. You don't want to generalize at all. Judge everything on circumstance, experience. That is it. Not gender or race or age or any of that horse shit. Doing your rocket science, making up your crap, it's bullshit. It's finished. Mad as a goat. Over. Yeah. Oh, and I've started, I've got this now, and I also like to end these videos with a stupid freeze frame. So today's ridiculous freeze frame, I've chosen something a little bit different.